Welcome to the SDS Auditor from Strategic Data Solutions. I'd like to take you through an overview, just a very quick overview of this unique tool that allows you to check master data and payroll results in a single transaction. So how did the tool come about? Well, we've provided support and consultancy services within SAP HR to customers over the years, and a lot of them have come back to us and told us of the problems they've got with their data integrity that's causing problems with payroll and reports. So we've gone ahead, we've built this tool within ABAP that allows them to check the data within one transaction, and they can also update it as well if they need to. So let's go through it. On the overview screen, you'll see the very simple layout of the folder structures. Each one of these is divided into the individual queries that you get when you purchase the auditor. There's 18 pre-delivered and a lot more of them being worked on for phase 2. Up at the top here, you'll see the second icon allows you to toggle on and off multiple employment information in the output. Next to this, you've got your selecting variants. You can delete variants that you don't need anymore, and you can clear all the selections if you've selected a lot of queries. Next to each of the queries, you'll see an information button. You can click on this and get more information about it. What kind of processes it's going to do when it's checking, the kind of output you can expect, and if it's relevant, something about the individual query-specific fields that are provided. So how easy is it to save a variant? Well, let's go ahead and do that and show you. Okay, it'd be fairly familiar selection screens, just like standard. Save it. We'll give it a name. And save it. You can select it later on. And there it is. So each period, if you're wanting to run the same checks every month, then just save it as a variant and you can rerun the same query without having to enter the same data every time. So let's have a look at the output. I want to select the major changes since last payroll query here. This is a payroll results query. And you can see automatically I've got 2 queries selected. It'll let me know that even if I minimize these up, that I've got 2 queries selected. And it still gives me the master data fields and the individual employee selection fields that I had before. Let's go ahead and run this query for payroll results as well. So the output we get will be a combination of the 2 individual queries that we selected, and there it is right there. You can see the individual queries that we selected. Okay, the number of outputs that we've got based on the criteria that we entered. And here we can have a single or an intersection view. If you click on intersection view and click query results, it'll tell you that in this particular one, you've got to select the queries, and there's an intersection of 130 employees. So 130 employees will be produced in the output of both of those. Let's go ahead and let's have a look at all the queries. And here we are. We'll close up the hide query selection because we don't need that information anymore, and that opens up the screen a bit more and we can see more columns. It's an ALV output, so it's got all the standard functionality you would expect: sorting, totals, subtotals, printing and exporting out to Excel if you do need to do that. Send a report off to somebody, for example. Okay. What you can also do, what we've got here, this button at the top, if you click on it, it'll show you some individual personal information about the employees that you've selected. Scroll along to the right here, and you can see some employee groups, organizational assignment information, and this might be a clue for why your data is wrong in the system. If you're getting inaccurate payroll results, for example, it may be that the employee you're looking at is set up in a system wrong, and you can go ahead and change that. What you can also do from here, if it's a payroll results, you can select an employee. So we've got employee 1 here. We want to look at the payroll results to check if there's anything else wrong with the payroll results. So we'll select him, we'll click on the display button up here, and that takes us directly to this employee's payroll results. Okay. It's a new session, so you haven't lost your query results. Master data, you have the additional functionality of being able to change it. So this guy didn't have an info type 14. we can go ahead and we can create one of those straight away. Okay, so that's records created, and if we go back to the output, we can click on refresh. You notice that Fred Small, if type 14 is no longer there. You've made the change and immediately you've refreshed the data. So that's just a very quick overview of the functionality within the SDS Auditor. It allows you to check your master data and payroll results before you've sent the payments. So risks of overpayments and problems in payroll execution are greatly minimized, if not completely eliminated. Thanks for listening.